The domesticated goose says, "Thank Hashem, call in his name, inform the nations of his deeds, sing to him, make music for him, speak about all his wonders." The goose is amongst the most vocal of birds. It honks raucously, even for no apparent reason, as if it has a message that is too important for it to remain silent. As a kosher bird, it symbolizes kosher and pure vocalization, and thus its persistent honking represents the proclamation of Hashem's praise, which mere words cannot adequately express. In addition, the sages perceive the goose's loud and expressive communication as a symbol of the public teaching of Torah, which is another form of Hashem's praise. Interestingly, even with regard to the teaching of Torah in the written form, the goose's feather was the primary choice for a quill. Thus, the goose trumpets enthusiastically for all to hear, and it calls upon us to follow its lead. The world, and all the beings that fill it, reflect the glory and the kindness of their Creator. Yet, it is the sacred duty of man alone, who is furnished with the faculties of intellect and speech, to give expression to the songs of the world. Let us consider, why would Hashem, who is unfathomably great, stoop down to fashion lowly man? Only in order that we should recognize him and give him thanks and praise. It follows that one of the greatest things we can possibly do in our lives is to gather together as one and sing the praises of Hashem in public, with our voices filling shuls with Hashem's glory. The angels bring our words before Hashem's throne, for they know that he greatly desires our praise, even more than theirs. Most appropriately, we begin our praises every morning with the goose's song, Hodu Lashem, thank Hashem, call in his name, inform the nations of his deeds, sing to him, make music for him, speak about all his wonders. When the wild goose flies over the wilderness and sees the Jewish people engaged in Torah study, it says, "A voice calls in the wilderness, clear Hashem's path, straighten through the plains a pathway for our God." Concerning that which it finds its sustenance in the wilderness, it says, "Cursed is he who places his trust in man. Blessed is he who places his trust in Hashem, and Hashem shall be his support." The wild goose forages in the wilderness and eats from the hand of its creator, lacking nothing. Remarkably, it is better off than its domesticated cousin, which is often fed and fattened by man, only to be consumed. The wild goose thus sings of the blessing bestowed upon a person who trusts in the Almighty, and of the foolishness of one who places his lot in the hands of people and forfeits this blessing. Hashem's support enables a person to devote his time to spiritual pursuits, such as Torah study. The Torah was given specifically in the wilderness of the Sinai desert, to a nation fed by the hand of Hashem, who had no financial worries, for this is the ideal environment for its study. It was in that historic generation that the wild goose's song was most beautifully expressed, when we, so to speak, exile ourselves from the comforts and distractions of our homes to the wilderness of the study halls. It is only in this manner that Torah has survived millennia unchanged and continues to change us for the good. In its song, the wild goose speaks of the heavenly voice that the prophet Isaiah heard resounding across the desolate land of Israel, calling for a path to be cleared for Hashem to lead the Jewish exiles back home. This is the same voice that emanates from Mount Sinai every day and proclaims, "Woe is man for the disgrace of the Torah." It urges the Jewish people to remember the reason for the world's creation and to engage in the study of the sacred Torah, so that Hashem can bring about the redemption. As a nation in exile, our very vulnerability compels us to rely upon Hashem alone. We have learned time again that we cannot rely on the kindness of other nations, and that doing so decreases our deservingness to merit Hashem's protection. Upon Him alone do we trust for all of our needs, and He alone will soon restore us to our former glory against all odds.